Stacey from the Shetland Fairy. If you're watching this, it's because you've either bought or purchased one of my Make Your Own Christmas Fairies needle felting kits. So this is for complete beginners. I have put on the back that it's suggested from 8 years plus, but I would still suggest have adult supervision. The needles are very sharp and they are barbed, so there's not the nicest thing to have through your fingers. So yeah, I'll just run through what's in the box and then we can get started. So your contents of your box in your kit should be your booklet for the pictures, step-by-step guide that I've made for you guys. At the end you should have something looking like this. You should have your needle felting mat. Excuse mine, this has been used for my daughter. You should have the blonde hair, a bunch of white wool, running away, a little body with its arms, all made by me. Finger guards. So through the tutorial you won't see me wearing the finger guards because I've been doing it for a couple of years now and I just find it get in my way. But if you don't want to stab your fingers, it's a really good idea and they'll just stop you going into the skin. One thing I do suggest with needle felting is be really gentle with it. Like, don't force, and just because it's your first time or you're just a beginner, I'd suggest just doing the in and out motion. Don't try bending or going sideways or anything like that because they are really, really thin, these needles, so they will snap. So, inside the little white bag, there is your sewing needle with some gold thread. You will have a plaster in case you decide not to use these and get a boo-boo. It is cute. They got little unicorns on. I really wanted fairy plasters, but I couldn't find any anywhere, and I wanted latex free as well, just in case for any allergies. You will have your cute little heart. If you can even see that, it's so tiny. And then in there you will also have two needles. So one's your blue tipped needle and the other is a red tipped needle. The red one I would suggest using more for the bulkier things if you read these step by step, and I'll tell you through the video of how to use it. So yeah, I kind of use that for getting the main skirt and stuff and into a body. And the blue, I kind of use that for finer detail and it leaves less needle marks. So I kind of do that for the top bit and the belt and everything else for her. So yeah, let's get started. The first things first is have fun, don't stress. It's a magical experience. I would say that because I make so much whimsical stuff, but I absolutely adore making fairies the most. So you can just have fun with it and don't stress too much. And like I said, just be really gentle with the needles. Don't force. If you feel there's too much pressure there, then just come away, and an in-out motion is best. So let's get started. Right guys, step one, take your body and then your heart and just pop it in place. Now it's really important you make a wish. So do your wish. Once you've done that, you take the blue tipped needle and it seems really mean doing this. Just be careful when you pop it in because there is obviously the wire from the arm, so you might feel that. Just be gentle and just an in-out motion. And there you go, you've done your first step. So, second, you want to do the arms. So, just take some wool. I'd say about this much. Don't even need that. Let's split it. It's got a really nice thin layer. Hey, I wrap mine from here first. Sorry, can you see? I wrap mine from here first, and then we kind of just go around like this. And leave the little tip out for the hands, and then I kind of just go back on myself. There I go. And then, I know I didn't suggest this, but I sometimes just stab it in at the top, just all around the underarm, just to make sure it's all secured and in place. And then for the other part, So just take this. You will find you have lots of loose wool. Don't worry about it. We can just use it at the end. So again, sorry. So we just pop it there, and then just around like so. Remember to leave the little hand, and then back on itself. And then just give it a little jab. If you find that you've got quite lumpy, sometimes you do, like mine looks a bit uneven, so you can just like gently fluff it out. Or you can just rewrap, like here. Again, please watch your fingers. So, that's step 2. Step 3, pop the wool around the body. So, you kind of want to take about this much. Nice chunk. This wool's really nice, but sometimes you can get wool with a lot of veg matter, like all the straw and stuff left in from the sheep. So if you've got some tweezers about, you can just tweeze it out. I use the red needle for this one, and then I just pop it in. So you've done one side of the arm. Sorry, I feel like my fingers are all in the way. You just take it. So that's one side of the body done. So you have to take another bit of wool. With wool, if you pull it really tight, it doesn't break, but if you just do it gently, it will come apart. So you want to just cross over on the other side, just go across here. So there we go. Sorry. And just wrap it around again, and then taking the red tips needle, just squash it all in. It doesn't matter about cosmetics at this point because all this is going to be covered. We just want to make sure that wool is all nice and secure. And just turn her around, make sure she's the same on the back. There we go. So you should have something that looks like that by now. Right, and then if you go on to your step 4, it says let's work on her skirt. So let's do that. So it says take approximately 17 centimeters, so I'd say it's a nice big chunk. Remember, don't pull hard because the wool will then get taut and it won't come apart. So just nice and gently, just pull it apart. And then you can split this. So you want to divide it all into 4. So that's my 2 there. And then you should get another 2 from this. So straighten it out. So I kind of just fold it like this. Straighten it out. Like I said, you will have bits of wool come off. Don't worry about it. There we go. And you kind of just want to wrap it around your underarm. Like so. Taking your red needle and stab gently around that. Sorry, I'm doing it up in the air, but for beginners I'd suggest doing it on your mat. So there we go. Again, watch those fingers, or you can use your guard. Just want to make sure it's secure. Just gently pull down and you'll know if it's secure or not. If not, then you could just pull it back up. So I'll show you an example. So if well, I can't because I've done it too good. I'll show you an example on the other side. So here we go. Right, so that should be one side of the skirt. Taking another piece from your 4 pieces, just fold it over, pull any loose wool off, and again you can move the arms, they are posable, so if it's in your way just shift it out. So a needle again on the underarm. Yeah. Right, hopefully I can do an example this time. So if you find that it's, oh no, look, it wasn't in properly. So you kind of just make it back up like that, and then just start again. Just put it back on. You can't really ruin your wool, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. There we go. So don't worry if you go over the front a little bit. It's fine. Make sure it's all covered. You will find bits that you've missed, so you can just go back and do them. So that's just 2 parts. You should have 2 parts left from the 4 that you divided. So again, just wrap it. We'll do the front. You've already done the 2 sides, so we're going to do the front and the back now. So don't feel you have to be as fast as me, just take your time with it. Just like, even if you go slow, just, that's fine. Just take it at your own pace. Just be gentle. You find the more you felt into a place, the more condensed the wool gets. That's because it's barbed, it's just mashing it all together. So, as you can see there. So that's the front, and so we need to do her back. So you should have 1 piece left. So just take some wool off that. And just fold, and then we pop it on her back, and we do the same again. Just work it into her body, and you should have her underskirt. So, this should be your fairy now. See, you can pull gently down and some loose wool will come off. That's great because you want that off because you don't want it fuzzy fairy. So, there you go. Oh, there's something missing in the back. You will find that. Super. So your next step is to take a piece of wool. So let me just get some. So you just want to break a bit off, she says, nice and gently. This is about 21 centimetres, so I'd say that's probably way too big. So You kind of want to do it so it matches her body. So what you're going to fold it so you make sure it goes over and that it's not too big. So like this piece of wool I've taken now is way too big, so I'm just going to break it down a little bit. There, that kind of seems about right. So you want to kind of just tease the wool with your fingers, and you want to just make like a little hole, like so. And just get that hole. You don't want to pull it apart, so you just literally want this hole here. And then you want to just pop the fairy's head through, like so. That's it. And then kind of tease it, so you kind of make it look like she's got a scarf. And then just work it down. So, there we go. You can see that all right. So then we just get our blue needle, because obviously we're getting towards the end now, so this people will see. So I kind of just pop it in place really gently. You can see really gently just around here, around her waist and where the belt's going to go. I just kind of work my way around. So if you can see it here, like just kind of get it so it goes all the way around and joins up the front. So you want to make it all nice and neat, because this is her dress. So I'd secure under there as well. And wool everywhere now. There we go. Secure it under the arm, and do the same on this side. So you kind of don't want it all floofy like that, so just pop it in. And again, just felt underneath. Oh, see, he was rocking then. Just secure all the way around now. If you find like this fluffy bits out, just work them in. And you can do that on the arms as well if you find that they're a bit too puffy. If you want them a bit more uniform, just squash it all in until you're happy. Right, they should have something like this. Again, like I said, if you're not happy with this, just felt it in a little bit and it'll just take you down. Obviously don't do it in the air like I'm doing. You want to be doing it on your mat. Okay. So once you're happy with how you feel like she should look, again just hold around her waist. I do it like this, and then just pull any loose wool, just so you get the shape, and just tease it a little bit, and then just pull any excess off. If you have any scissors, you can always just trim around the edges just to get any fuzz off. But it looks better when it's natural, I think. And you can just tweeze it like this and it will just pop into place. So yeah. Now we just want to make a band. So obviously you've got all this fluff that you've been pulling off, so you can reuse that. But I put plenty of wool in for you, so just take a little band. So you can get creative here. You can plait it if you'd like and pop it around. You can just literally tie it around, so you go from the back and then just tie it into a bow here and have it so it's like she's got a waist bow. I like mine neat and wrapped around, so I kind of just work it around like this. There we go. So, and then I would just secure that in place with my blue tipped needle. Again, really gentle. There we go. And gentle on the front too. If you tend to go in really deep, you get bigger holes. So just do it nice and light. You can push up with an in-out motion just to kind of get the shape right. There's no right or wrong way. It's just a case of finding what's right for you. I was taught a complete different way and just adapted to my own. So, she's nearly there, guys. You can always use the blue felt needle and just give it a little brush. But be really, really gentle. Remember, these are really, really thin needles. So, probably the hardest part, and the part I always struggle with, is the hair. So, you should have a chunk of blonde hair. I think that's a bit too much there. And just get what you feel's right. And then just kind of place it around her head like that. And then scoop it. So if you look at the pictures, you'll see how I've kind of just done it. So it kind of goes like this. So you can just start working your way in with that. So get your blue tipped needle, because obviously people can see this, so you don't want all the holes. And kind of just gently into her head, because you don't want to start pushing all the way through so it comes out of her face. So just gently, and kind of gently go through this way as well. And this is like the most fiddliest bit, so don't worry and just take your time. So she's got a bit of a cute beehive going off. So right, you're going to kind of secure it at the back too. So you will have a big bald patch like this. Don't worry about that. We'll sort that out in a minute. So just kind of flatten it down. Make sure. Oh, sorry, I keep coming out of the video. I'm sorry. There we go. So you should have something similar to that. Don't worry about it looking neat. So I kind of take my red needle and I kind of just gently pop it in the head like this. And so the easiest way I find is to just wrap it round. I find this the best way to do a bun. You can secure it as you go round if it makes it easier. You can kind of work out what you're doing then as well. So that's it. I think I still have too much hair here really. Oh, excuse me. There we go. There's a. There we go. Now my camera's not going to fall on you. You poor little fairy. So, centre of the head, where are you? So just keep looking, playing. So, in the middle of the head, it sits there. So get this big chunk, just work your way around it. And like I said, there's no right or wrong way. You don't even have to have your fairy's hair in a bun if you don't want to. You can just play with it. That's the best thing to do. Using the wrong needle there. So blue tipped needle, so we don't have as many holes. resembles a bun at some point. So just keep working around. Like I said in the instructions, you can leave this in the middle and work around it, if just as a point. Just be careful you don't push the other needle into that needle, because like we said, they're very fragile. It's really coarse hair. So I can feel myself hitting it and I know where I'm going, so I'm going to take it out. Just keep working. Don't worry if it looks a mess. Sometimes you can do things and you get it right, spot on. Other times, you find that you keep having to go back to it. It's one of those things in life, isn't it? So, gently stab in until the hair goes into a head, but not so hard as to go through the actual, all the way through. You don't want to do that. Right, and get into the bun. There we go. It's a bit lopsided, so you can kind of keep working with it. It will come to life eventually. When you have a bun and you're happy with it and you feel like a hairline's fine, just push that up a little bit and just make sure you're happy with everything. Any finishing touches? Got some loose wool there. Right. Then all your scraggly bits that you've been pulling off, just take a really thin bit. And you just jiggle it around. Ooh. Oh. And so I will just wrap this around her bun. Okay. And just secure it in place again with your needle. She says. There we go. So she now has her little hairband in or bobble. You don't need to work too hard in this, otherwise it will just disappear into the hair. But just a few gentle stabs. Just put that down, see it. Again, just neaten the bun up if you feel it needs neatening up. It's your fairy. You have her however you want her. So have a look at her. If you feel that she needs some stuff, doing like this. I feel like this is too loose for my liking, so I'm going to just stub it down a little bit and just shove it into the back of the dress. Just go, oh look, I didn't do that properly, did it? There we go. Right. So this should be your fairy. Yay! Right. Let's put her to one side for a moment. And whatever's left of your wool, I won't say all of it. I've been generous with the wool, I think. So just take a nice chunk, however big you want her wings, I guess. So I just kind of pull a bit off. Probably this size is a nice good size. And then you want to get another bit of wool just so you can tie it around. So I would just pop it underneath like so. And then just literally easily just tie it like so. Make sure it's all even, and then give it a nice pull. So you should have it all secured and in place. And then however you want your shape, so you can have them where you make them a bit more like an angel. And you can do the same on the other side, and it's just a case of just working it with your thumbs. Or you can have it more of a fairy style, which I prefer, so kind of just brush it out a bit. Just fan it out like this, just gently teasing. You might find that you have some wool that's just too long, so just gently pull it out. I feel like I'm static, everything's drawing to me. So there we go, just gently fan. And then do the same on the other side, so kind of just tease it apart. And just want it fanning. And again, any long parts, just dispose off. There's a chunk in there. There we go. Yes, I didn't brush his hair very well this shoot. There we go. So, if you're happy, just when you have your wings, when you're happy with them, take your fairy, so you want her on the back, make sure you positioned it where you want it, so make sure that's where you want, so you can see that. And so then once it's in position, I just take your needle and then just gently felt it in towards the back. Don't go all the way through, because otherwise she'll stab it through her body and then make a mess of a dress. So just again, nice and gently, just keep going over and over. And then I've not got my tweezers on me. So again, not involved in the, well, not included in the kit is tweezers, because you will find sometimes this veg matter from the sheep. I'm going to have to get that in a little bit. But, ta-da! There you go. So the last step is literally just to get your needle and thread. I put lathes on just in case you wanted it. I didn't know how big you wanted your loop. So make sure you go through the head. Like, not just the hair, you want to like literally go right through the head. Make sure you have it even to however you want to hang. Just pull it through. And I've got too much on that side. There we go. Right. So just make it even, however big you want your loop. Just pull that off the nail. So just make sure she'll hang how you want it to hang on your tree or wherever you'd like her. And then just literally a simple knot, however big you want your loop. Kind of put my finger through there so it doesn't pull out. that makes sense. And I always double knot it, just in case, because wool gets a bit heavy. Now where do I put them scissors? So if you have some sewing scissors, or just any shears really, and just, there we go. Again, if you feel you're not happy with this part, or you feel like you don't want it, you can just snip away like this. And any fuzzy bits, just give them a nice, just to neaten her up. And there you have it. You've made your very own fairy. Oh, she's going. There we go. She's all ready. Right guys, I hope that wasn't too traumatic for you. I hope it was really straightforward. I'm sorry it's not the best video quality. I tried my best with what I've got. So this should be your fairy at the end. It's so pretty. And now I'm going to suggest you should have loads of wool left. So just have fun with it. Make a snowman. Really easy. So just to make balls, just literally just make a nice height. And just get the red one because that's better for the core. And then just, yeah, stab it. It will take longer because usually when we do core building stuff for shapes and stuff, it's better to use carded wool. This is merino wool or wool tops. So it's really soft and fine, whereas carded's a bit more mashed up and it's easier. But yeah, so this is your fairy or angel, whatever you want to call her. You can also, if you have some clear glue, get some glitter. I love to glitter up my stuff. So if you're going to apply glitter, I use Hobbycraft's clear glue, and I just brush it on with the way the wool goes and direction of the wool, and then I just sprinkle glitter everywhere, including on the dog, myself, and everywhere else. So like I said, just have fun, and I hope you're happy with your homemade fairy. I'll see you guys around. I will be making more kits in the future, and don't forget to head over to theshetlandfairy.com and sign up to my newsletter to stay in the loop, and it will be awesome to see your make. So please do send me some pictures. You can do that by going on my website and contacting me, or you can find me on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and Pinterest, or at the Shetland Fairy. And yeah, it'll be amazing to see what you've made, and I would love your thoughts on your kit. So guys, I will see you around. Take care. Bye.